Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 115th episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition, Ancestor Spirit. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle, also known as Guards the Low. He's a Philodox of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Aruna in the Geta Fenris.
Hi, I'm Adam. I play Mark Guides the Fallen, and he's a Thurge of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. He is a Theurge of the Silent Striders.
Hello, my name's Thomas. I play Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Lupus Galliard of the Bone Gnawers.
Hi, my name is George. I am playing William Grows-Matrices. He is a Fostern Arun of the Glasswalkers.
Last time, the packs battled against a corrupt Bastet and corrupt Anasi, battling around a pit filled with silver shrapnel. Kyle and Mark were knocked in, Ragna Quickwire burning up within the pit before trying to make a hasty escape. Two Fomori used bombs, blowing away the packs and hurting them and making their journey all the more difficult before the corrupt Anasi reappeared, grabbing Louis Earthwalker and impaling him upon her body. After a desperate battle, the packs finally brought her down and had a few moments of rest when a Glasswalker called, asking where they were, being misled earlier by a call that happened to come from Logan Maxwell. The strange were-ape came out clapping, smiling, and now ready to do battle. As Maxwell starts to step forward, you hear him going,
I am looking forward to this.
As you see him pull out a familiar clave covered in tarnish, when suddenly there is a brief moment of light that seems to emanate from the other side of the gauntlet. And you see a Krynos Garu in typical Celtic wear, a leather jacket with a boar's head crossed out with breakfast written over it, and a mantle of stag horns, and the spirit looks at Maxwell and says,
Told you I'd come back for you, you fucker. Sup, losers?
As Morgan grabs the guitar on her back and plays a chord. Morgan, roll your Gnosis difficulty 6, please. All of you heal 4 points of aggravated damage as Morgan plays a chord and it pleases the Lord, and hallelujah, roll for initiative.
It's so good to hear your voice again.
Surprise! We've been working on this for so long.
I've been working on this for a month.
Oh, man.
That's great, though.
It's good to hear ya. Hey.
Like, Jade, wake up. Never mind, go back to bed. Jade, wake up. Never mind, go back to bed.
Well, that's why I set the combat at the very start of this episode, so there was no fucking this up.
There you go.
I'm so tired, guys. I just got back from an event like 4 hours ago.
Oh, no.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
I have to be here for this. I can't miss this.
Missed you so much. Missed you too.
All right, let's get started. And Morgan, what are you going to do this round in the declaration?
I will do a little ding 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 on my guitar, and I will blast at one of the Fomori.
Okay, which one you thinking?
I'm thinking. Let me have a little look. See, I'm thinking. Let's go for the wasp Fomori, because if I remember correctly, we dislike wasps a lot.
Perfect. Dimitri, what are you doing?
Alright, I am going to dodge, and then I'll spend 2 points of rage to use distractions on Maxwell, and I'm going to use distractions on the eel Fomori.
Perfect. The big guy, Fomori, is gonna run at Morgan and swing a massive lead pipe at her.
Now that's just rude. I just arrived.
I know. And he's gonna spend a point of rage to dodge. Alright, Zebulon?
Alright, I'll spend 2 rage. I'm going to dodge and claw twice, and we will claw the eel Fomori twice.
Okay. Mark, what are you doing?
I will do the same. I'll spend 2 rage. I will dodge and claw twice at the... Eel Fomori seems to be a popular target. No one's really targeted the Rhino Fomori yet.
Okay.
So I'll target the Rhino Fomori.
Perfect. Kyle?
I will dodge and spend 2 rage to claw the big guy Fomori twice.
The wasp is going to fly at Morgan and stab as the wasp has these giant venom dripping stingers on its arms. The rhino is going to start moving his feet back and forth as he looks beefy. All these guys look incredibly built for Fomori, and is going to start running. He's a towering 15 feet tall, and he's going to swing his giant nose horn at Mark. The eel is going to look at Dimitri, extend his hand, and shoot a blast of electricity at Dimitri. Cora, what are you doing this round?
I am going to go for the big guy Fomori.
Okay.
I'm gonna dodge and hit big guy Fomori 2 times with my claws.
Perfect. William?
I'm going to dodge and spend a point of rage to... I lied, I'm not going to dodge. I'm going to just use True Fear on the eel Fomori, and then I'm also going to claw at the rhino Fomori.
Alright. Maxwell, being the cheeky ape he is going to spend 2 points of rage, and he is going to swing his clave. He's gonna run up to William, slash at his legs to try and sever him at the knee, and then go straight for Dimitri for a powerful thrust with the clave. Yes.
I have the graffiti still.
And he's going to spend a willpower for an auto success on his attack on Dimitri. You don't want that distraction. Alright, he failed. So he gets a minus 4 to... Yep.
And it's with the clave too, right?
It's a clave, it's not soakable, yeah. You're almost all the way healed at least.
I was trying to be cheeky and not have to dodge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
5.
Good lord.
So he comes up, he does slice through your leg. As your leg comes off, you will be able to reattach it next turn if you hold it to your stump as an action.
Okay.
And now he's going for Dimitri.
Time to dodge. Alright,
Damn, what a dodge, Dimitri. He got 1 over.
Oh.
But your roll was more impressive because every die came up a success minus 1. Alright. 4 aggravated as he just gives a good stab over your shoulder, Dimitri. He misses most of your vital organs, but the blade comes all the way down, hits the ground, and he uses it basically to pole vault over you, slicing slightly through several of your ribs before ripping the blade out and landing behind you, ready to strike.
Ow.
William.
So what is the eel's willpower?
8.
Oh, jeez. Damn.
So you glare at the eel. He shook slightly, and then looks to Maxwell, is clearly more scared of him, and is ready to send lightning at Dimitri. Go for Rhino.
That's 3 total.
Alrighty. Cora, you're running up to the big guy.
Yeah.
Who is dodging. So 2 roll over.
7.
7. You just took him out. The big guy goes down. As you come in and you just swing and you rip through him as he tries to dodge out of the way. He rolls, but you catch him in his chest. You lift and your arm rips all the way through him as a chunk of his spine and ribs go flying right past Morgan, tickling the antlers on her headdress.
Sounds beautiful. I love it.
Morgan probably doesn't.
I do have one more attack on the big guy Fomori. I'm thinking I want to...
Remember, rage comes back a lot faster than willpower.
You're right, it does. Okay, yeah. I will just destroy more of the big guy's body.
As chunks go flying, his face is dull and dead, but in your fury, you turn and your claws rake through the head, and his head starts to slide down like just slices of salami of brains, bone, and flesh, and splatters on the floor.
Beautiful, lots of screaming and...
No, he's quite dead.
No, my screaming, my anger screaming.
I see.
Screaming and anger, lots of roaring.
Dimitri, I need you to roll soak.
Okay. I was gonna ask if I can dodge this, but it doesn't sound like it.
As you try and soak, you stand there as the lightning strikes you. You feel good for a moment before chunks of your blood start to boil and chunks of your flesh start popping off as your body is boiling from the inside out. Your good eye goes flying, comically, rolling down next to William's feet, looking up at him, pleadingly. As lightning starts shooting through your teeth, you take 5 points of lethal damage on top of the initial 5 points of ag. I need you to make a rage roll.
Yeah, let's do that.
As you start to shake, blood pools in your socket before a new eye freshly forms, completely bloodshot. Would you prefer to stay in Hispo or shift to Crinus?
Let's go for Crinus.
Alright, as your paws shift, popping thumbs, getting wide, getting swole, as your fur still sizzling, and you see black smoke from the wounds trying to freshly close, as you have now the deep scar, battle scar, for your left shoulder, your right shoulder, your left lat or lower back, and one on your knee, as you have regrown a kneecap, thankfully, as there's another one lodged in the wall of the cave. Rhino is going to preemptively spend a point of willpower now to ignore wound penalties as he's coming up on Mark. So 3 rollover. You take 3 points of lethal damage as the horn pierces your kidney, and he flings you over like you're a bull rider as you do like a Wilhelm scream in Krynos, hit the ceiling a little bit, and then land on all fours.
Little blood dripping from my wound.
The wasp is flying at Morgan.
Again, terribly fucking rude.
Roll your soak, which is your willpower. You successfully soak the stinger. As the stinger, you move, the stinger catches your fur, does not pierce, which is good as you just get the splash of venom that soaks into your clothes. It's been a long time since you've had to wear corporeal clothes, and the stinging sensation of the venom leaking down your body is not a pleasant one.
No, don't like that. Gross. Get it off me.
All right. Kyle, are you going to try and change your action, or are you going to just...
I'm changing my action.
All right. No, you are not.
I will mulligan this.
Okay.
This is worth it, in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Instead of 2 claws to the big guy Fomori, it's 2 claws to Maxwell.
Okay.
Get him.
That's all roll over, so it's 8 successes. All right, you did 2 ag to Maxwell.
Second one.
Okay. 5 roll over. So you did 4 damage. So he's still up, but barely.
Get him.
Spends a point of willpower to activate resist pain. Right. Mark.
All right.
Good time to go after the rhino.
Mark is going to look up from the ground right at the rhino, and then he's gonna kind of eye him up, and he's gonna jump at the rhino.
All right.
Here's the first claw attack.
Okay, that's all roll over.
Oh, 6. Not
All
enough.
right.
Ooh.
Go after the rhino. 6. That is enough as you slash into him. All right. You jump up, you grab him by the shoulders. He's still much taller than Mark, even in Krynos. As you put your legs on his chest, you grab by the elbows, and you pull and you rip as he goes down.
I still have another attack. I don't have any willpower to change the attack. Can I now start using his arms as bludgeons to just start beating his body?
Sure. You just start bashing the body down with the bludgeon with the giant arms. As his body begins to shrink a little bit, and he's about now 9 feet tall, and the arms shrink a little bit in your hands. All right, Zebulon.
All right, first attack against the eel. The first mighty damage from old Zeb here.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
Oh boy.
One mighty damage to the eel.
as the raspy, ugly little man is infuriated with his second attack here.
As you strike gracefully and what many would have assumed forcefully, but their assumptions were wrong. As your claws lightly graze against Eel's shirt, tearing it off and revealing the emaciated Eel Man's horrific body below. Indeed, you have done more damage to yourself, your friends, and your psyche than you have done to Eel. Perhaps not. Perhaps he's modest. We'll have to find out next round.
The horror. The horror.
Dimitri, you turn and you shake your claw, or you jump and you leap and bite at Kyle. Next, so attack Kyle. And you said you had 6 rage? Or
yes.
What's your permanent rage?
Permanent rage is 4.
Okay, thank you. And so you spent 2 points of rage, so you're going to bite Kyle once and then claw him twice. Kyle, could I please get a dodge from you? Oh no, did you add a dodge? No, you have a dodge action because you use flow like water.
I have a dodge. Otherwise, flow like water doesn't work.
Sorry, Kyle.
Alright, Kyle, you dodge the bite as you slide down, bite slamming shut right by your ear. Dimitri claw, Kyle dodge. Your claw comes down, Kyle, you jump back as the claws gracefully move just by your snout. Final attack. You dodge out of the way of the final attack as Dimitri's claws go careening by you, and you duck under it. Morgan, your rage is what?
My rage is 7.
7. As you pull out your guitar, you play the chord, and the chord makes this blast of music that strikes the wasp, who is sturdy and keeps flying.
God darn it.
Alright, Morgan, what are you going to try and do this round?
Well, a certain dickhead seems to be using my clave against, the people that I call my friends. So I would kind of like that out of his hands, because if somebody's going to use it, it ain't going to be him, it's going to be Cora. So I would like to try and disarm him.
Alright,
by doing so, I will try and aim a blast at his arm, specifically, to try and blast that out of his hand.
I will say, because you have a special attunement to the clave, that you will be able to jump the initiative order to be the first person to do that.
Huzzah. I knew that clave came in handy for something.
Alright, perfect. Dimitri, I will have you get very frustrated at Kyle and do a couple more. We'll have you do a couple more claws at him.
Alright.
Alright, so he's going to attack you twice. Bite and a claw. So Dimitri is going to bite and claw Kyle. Zeb?
I'm going to attempt to grapple Dimitri.
Okay. Judging how the last round went, Kyle might have it handled. Mark,
just in case.
Mark, what are you doing this round?
I want to help grapple Dimitri too.
Gonna help? Okay. So, like, one on each arm kind of thing?
Pretty much. Kind of like,
So you'll hold your action?
Yes. I'll hold my action to help Zeb calm down or control Dimitri.
Kyle, what are you doing this round?
I'm going to spend a rage to dodge, and I am going to claw at Maxwell again.
Alright. The wasp is going to sting at Kyle now. The eel is going to fire electricity at, we're gonna say, Cora.
I saw that coming.
Yeah. Cora, what are you doing?
I can't dodge the electricity, can I?
Nope, but you can try and kill him before he shoots it off.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And dodge, and then we're gonna claw the eel 2 times again.
Alright. William?
I'm going. So attaching the leg is an action, right? Or is that a whole turn?
It's just an action. So you'd have to spend rage to keep moving, but yeah.
Okay, then that is what I will do. I will spend 2 points of rage to attach my leg to dodge, and then claw at Maxwell. Then I will also spend a point of rage to activate Spur Claws on my attack.
Okay. Cool. Alright, Maxwell is going to know that is going to change his action based upon what happens to his clave. Morgan, roll your blast first, because Maxwell still gets the benefit of top initiative.
Okay, and he can't dodge it, so
Yeah.
he gets it regardless.
As your blast strikes the clave, and it goes flying out of his hand, careening out of reach a good distance away. As it lands and strikes firmly into the ground.
Nice.
When Maxwell knows that, he is going to run at Kyle. He is going to go all out, and he is going to spend 3 points of rage to 1 for a dodge, 1 for a grapple on Kyle, and then he's going to start biting Kyle in the face to try and bite his lips off and sink his claws into Kyle's eyes to blind him. And as this is happening, there is a sudden blur across the battlefield, and you hear the clave picked up as you hear Maxwell going,
Good! Give it back to me!
As B turns around, oddly cradling the clave near the exit with her speed of thought activated.
Bring me back the blade, B!
She looks down at the blade in her arms. She's holding it close, like someone might hold a baby. And she looks down, she looks up at Maxwell, and she leans in and she whispers,
What do you think? Should I give you back to him? Should I let you go?
As he rushes, Kyle, could I get a dodge real quick? As Maxwell howls in anger. Well, so you dodge the grapple, Kyle? So he's just like,
Give it back, B!
As he then turns to Kyle and snaps a bite at him. B, what do you say as the blade seems to hum musically in your ear?
You know, I think Dad has spent more than enough time with you playing these games. I think we should go home. Yeah, what was that? Yeah, I guess we should go home.
And she takes the blade and rushes out of the exit nearest to her.
Morgan just watches this person run away. We're like, no.
Oh, Cora wanted that so bad, didn't you, Cora? You wanted that clave, didn't you? Didn't you, Cora? Really wanted that clave, right? Cora? It's kind of funny, right, Cora? Cora, B taking that clave from you like your friend?
It's so
Cora?
funny. It's so funny. It's the most hilarious thing I've ever heard in my life.
Alright, Kyle, what's your second dodge? Kyle, you successfully dodge the bite. As then Maxwell comes in with his claws and he tries to go straight for the eyes. Last dodge. So roll soak, please. As Maxwell does get a good grab into both of your eyes, as they do pop, you take 3 points of aggravated damage. You'll have to spend 1 round regenerating them if you want your eyes back, as there's this gooey pop, and he catches the inside of your the inside of your sockets as he pulls out. His index finger catches the cheekbone, and it cracks and snaps as he gets a slight hold of it and rips it out and holds your bone like a shiv for the next round. William, you grab your leg, you strike it into your leg as you give a grunt of pain as the regeneration is happening so fast that your leg actually starts to steam, and there's a blast of steam that fills the area as you are on your leg, leaping through the steam, claw at the ready. Can I get a claw attack, please? As he jumps out of the way, as your claw strikes the ground, he twirls. Your spur claws don't go off, though, so you keep the rage, because that is activated on the damage roll. As your claws get ready to launch back, and you literally will them back in as they almost come out, and then slurp back into your sockets. Cora?
I'm rolling my claw attack against the eel.
Yep. All rollover.
10.
Eel is dead.
Yeah.
As you just come in, rake across the stomach, as you look at Zeb specifically, as your claws swipe through the organs in the general area where he initially swiped, and the organs go flying into the pile of corpses as electricity shoots down through the eel, shoots through his body as he convulses, and he explodes away from you in a charred horror as his body then slams against the wall and collapses. Maxwell gains another point of rage from this as you see him obviously seething at it.
Maxwell can be mad.
Alright. Next is the Wasp, who is coming in at Kyle. Hits. So as he's coming in for his sting damage. So you take 1 point of lethal damage, and then you feel the poison shoot through you, and you take an unsoakable 6 points of ag.
Well, then I am dead.
Wow.
Ooh. Someone can
Are you dead, or?
He's used his frenzy last time. Someone can abort their action to use Mother's Touch if they can, or a Gaia's Breath before it hits his turn.
I can't. I've already gone.
I'm saying before it hits his turn, so...
Oh.
Yeah, either
then
Gaia's
yes.
next round, or
Sounds good.
Kyle guards the low, or the many close calls I've had with death. And not so close calls with death. Alright, so you know that going in. Kyle is not attacking Maxwell, but that's good because now Dimitri is absolutely going to attack Maxwell. You go for the grapple on Dimitri. Dimitri is not dodging. Alright, you've successfully full Nelson'd. Actually, you've got the arm of Dimitri. Got him down. Alright. Zebulon?
Zeb's action was the same, so I guess we'll just join in on the grapple here.
Sure, it just makes it harder for him to break free, basically.
Roger. Alright, so Dex Brawl.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Nope. Sure don't.
Alright. Yeah, you fumble on that one. Alright.
Cool.
Yeah, you actually did botch it. As you try and grab Dimitri, you swing him around a little bit as you get his arm out of Mark's grapple. And he goes twirling onward. Alright, and Dimitri, you're gonna bite and claw at Maxwell now.
Alright, awesome.
But
Not killing my friends anymore.
You're gonna lose an action because of the initial grapple, but you'll be able to still do a bite at Maxwell.
Alright, sounds good.
Well, not possible. But you do still spend the rage.
Okay. So,
Dex Brawl, diff 5.
Okay. And then for clarification, does that bring me down to 4 rage, or does it bring me down lower than that?
You spent the same amount of rage that you would have.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so that's
You get
6
5 rollover.
successes.
So you got 5 rollover. You gotta get past this soak now.
Well, that's no soak, right?
Yeah, that's no soak, so don't fuck up.
Oh boy. Here we go.
As you leap, you get a bite of Maxwell's arm. As you bite and you rip it off, bones go flying as Maxwell must spend a point of rage to enter frenzy. As the arm snaps out back as the stump quickly reforms into a skinless arm as it clenches, and Maxwell gives out a howl of rage and anger Morgan, what are you doing this round?
Good question. I can't do anything to help Kyle, can I?
No, because you happen after him, unfortunately.
Yeah, so in that case, I am probably just gonna send some blasts at Maxwell just to finish him off.
Sounds good.
This is everything Morgan ever dreamed of. She's just standing there playing a guitar and it's hurting somebody physically rather than mentally.
Dimitri, you're biting Maxwell. Zebulon?
I guess we'll attack Maxwell.
Alright. Claw or bite?
Claw.
Alright, Mark?
We'll go after Maxwell. One claw.
Okay. Perfect. Kyle dying, or will be dead.
If Cora doesn't use her guy's breath.
If she fails.
Yes.
Yes. Cora?
I'm going to try spitting on him again.
She get only once per day.
Only once per day. Get up.
Why isn't it working?
No, she's gonna use her guy's breath on Kyle.
Okay.
I am going to claw Maxwell.
Okay.
Twice.
Cool. Maxwell, so he's gonna attack Mark. He is gorged on rage, so he actually has 4 points of rage above his permanence, so he's going to spend 2, 3 rage, and he is going to just claw twice, bite twice, 5. Could I get a soak, though? 6 points of ag.
And I will spend a rage to go to Frenzy.
Yes. Roll rage, temp or permanent, whichever is higher, diff 8. You heal 2 points of ag. As you fall, Maxwell's claw grabs your jaw, rips it off, flinging it out of your viscera. Another jaw almost looks like it regurgitates up your throat, pops out of the hole that was made as new flesh forms, but your jaw is slightly broken in permanence, giving you a slight slur when you speak. So you have the broken jaw battle scar. We'll have him shift to old Zeb, who's also not dodging.
Yep.
Roll me my soak, though, my guy. 5 ag.
Okay.
It's still up.
I'm at crippled, yep.
As Maxwell swipes, and now he's doing a bite.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
As he does exactly what apes in fury do, leaps forward, bites down on Zeb's lips, crunches down as you hear teeth and gums shatter under the lips as they're pulled out, leaving nothing but the remainder of some gums, a half-chewed tongue, and no lips as Maxwell spits it out, and I need a rage roll there, Zebulon. Diff 8.
No lips to match your no eyes. Like no eye, I guess.
It is. Yeah.
As you see some lips kind of forming, teeth coming back in slight angles, as you'll have a crooked smile for forever, and your appearance will be treated as 1 lower to 0.
You fucking took this from the chat earlier today, you son of a bitch. I said, you know what, there's gonna be some point where Zeb's gonna get a scar, and he's gonna have to spend the 4 XP to get appearance 1 again, and everyone was like, ha ha ha, that's hilarious, to, Keegan, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh,
Never
funny how that works.
Storyteller
No more plot ideas to you there, pal. Yeah, no shit, huh? Alright.
And one last attack as he jumps at William, assuming that Zebulon's dead.
Oh no.
Or so, hilariously, you might be the one who gets the least bad of it. Unless that soak roll is real bad. Alright, as Maxwell comes in, grabs your shoulders and bites into your neck and your trap as his teeth crunch in and he pulls back and nothing, just some fur. As you clench just at the right time to push his teeth out and the small holes of his teeth wounds close instantly on your back. Claw Maxwell twice, please. William.
I want to look at him and smirk.
As you do 1 point of ag to Maxwell, he is still up. Dollar roll over. Go for it again. As you get it, You slash nothing on Maxwell, and in desperation, you get a hold of his shoulder blade, rip it out, causing his arm to fall limply next to you, and your claws go through, burst out the back. You lift him up as he shifts back into a human form, his eyes in stunned silence, before you give a swing back and you punch his body off your claw as it goes flying into the corpse pile. Cora, Gaia's breath, quickly.
Hey,
As
hey.
Kyle, you feel yourself falling as you see the green fields as Unicorn seems ready to embrace you. Before you feel a sudden pull back as you start flying through space and time, a Grell going, good, it wasn't a waste, and then you feel yourself slammed back into your own body, gasping, and you feel your bones starting to denature as you're in Hamid form, as you take another point of lethal damage.
You're not done yet.
God! I will shift to Krynos.
As you instantly shift to Krynos, as you sit up, the carnage all around you, with Morgan's spirit standing there, her vengeance complete.
Check. Where's the tea?
Cora's gonna try to hug her. Big hugs.
Morgan, you feel a massive arm swing around you and pick you up.
Oh god.
Good.
Oh, okay. You can have this one. You can have this one. I will accept, and I will throw out the British thing that we only love our dogs and horses. Just this once.
Morgan, you notice someone's missing.
Cora, put me down. Where's my glaive?
And Cora will put her down.
But where's the other one?
Your
Where's
plate.
Rory?
Erebus.
Huh?
You've been gone a long time.
Yeah.
He is stuck in another realm.
Did he do something stupid?
We all did something stupid.
But did he do something more stupid? Because if the answer is yes, then he kind of deserves it. I'm not saying, I'm sure he'd be fine.
Oh god, I wouldn't say any more stupid than what the rest of us did. We were all pretty dumb, but he was the one that did not make it through Erebus. So we are hoping that one day he does, and he learns the lessons that you need to learn there. So
He'll turn up. Like I say, I'm sure he'll be fine.
well, I mean, it took us 2 years to get through there, so
Yeah, just when he turns up, give him alcohol. I don't know.
he'll need it after that.
Well, yeah, I really wanted to actually pass on my clave to you, Cora, but I think you might have to go and retrieve it yourself.
Thank you for that. We do plan on meeting her again, and we will retrieve your property.
Look, I can't use it now. I'm dead.
I'm sorry you died.
Don't worry about it. Look, stuff happens. It's the hazards and the line of
Stuff
work.
happens.
It's the hazards, okay? It's the hazards of the line of work. It's not what I wanted in my life. I was kind of wanting to go on a big world tour, but it could be worse. At least I gotta come back.
You gotta come back, and you have a sweet head. A sweet hat.
Yeah, it wasn't my choice.
Pretty rockin'.
It's rocking, but it also wasn't my choice. This one, look, you die and all of a sudden Stag thinks that he can use you as a dress-up item, and your ancestors all think it's hilarious to torment you. It could be worse, like I said.
It is at this point that Morgan, slowly fading as her materialization ends, grabs the patch from her jacket, rips it in half as it reforms into a perfect patch, puts it on her back, puts the patch down, and it becomes a boar angling.
Just eat this. Trust me, it'll be fun for you. Just eat it.
As you eat the spirit, and you all regain full gnosis.
Thank you. Refreshing.
Yeah, it's the last thing I can do for you guys. I gotta go. They want to do. I don't even know what they want to do. There's some celebration, and I don't want to actually go.
As Morgan fades back to the Fianna homeland, and we bid Jade a very good morning and good night.
Good night. Go to
Good
sleep.
night.
Good night.
Thank you so much.
Missing you again. Miss you. Bye. Miss you. Bye.
With Morgan gone, you begin making your way back to the main entrance. You get to the large chamber, and there are two very large ways to the north. Though, could I get a perception survival from whoever has the highest?
Not me.
Definitely not you, Glasswalker scum.
Okay.
It's definitely not going to be me either.
Primal Urge is also acceptable for only Dimitri.
I had 5 and
Okay.
I rolled.
So, Mark, it looks like from your position coming into this room, the one to the north, further to the left of this massive chamber, seems to be the one that has the most tracks and most foot traffic along it.
I'll point this out to the group and mention
This is probably where a lot of activity went. Maybe this is where they wrestled to the front line, the Black Spiral forces. So maybe if we take that way, we'll run into other Garu. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Alrighty.
So you guys start heading that way. You see kind of these smashed swarms of almost insects before traveling again for about another 30 minutes or so. Kyle, your strength penalty is gone. Dimitri, Mark, yours is down by 1, so you're now at a -1 strength. As you get there, you see 3 bodies of dead Spiral Metis, and you see Sings Old Songs and Mage Killer here, holding down the fort, as you see 2 kinfolk huddled, as they seem to be very much situated in a very specific spot near a cage. The cage the ground near the cage is filled with corpses. The Mage Killer goes,
As we started to win, the spirals turned on their kin and started killing them while we were taking them from behind to make sure that we couldn't get a hold of any of them. These 2 survived before we could kill the 3. We've been holding this area down since they can't leave the cage. If any other Garu passed by since, the whole army has gone this way. If you go further up, the chambers continue to break apart, but I believe that they said they were going to go. One came back, a runner, and said that they were going to take the first left. I don't know much beyond that. You might have to follow tracks at this point. Let's make our way.
as you move up, you see dead, more destroyed bodies of Banes, not dissolving instantly like they would elsewhere, as the chemicals of this place actually feed the desiccated corpses of the manifested Banes and keeping them alive. As the chamber opens up, and there are 2 paths that branch out to the north, and then one straight ahead, and then one to your left.
I'll make another roll to look for those tracks.
Okay. It looks like they went left, just as Mage Killer had said.
Mark will point it out.
This way. The army took this route.
As you move through, this place was a big battle. There are well over 50 Fomori or Bane corpses here, with 5 Garu corpses strewn about them, as the army had clashed with a massive force. The area then splits, one going left and one going right, as you hear growls and battle to the right.
To the right, then, I would guess.
As you run that way, we will see how this battle is going next time. Thank you to everyone who listened, and we will see you all in that next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.